we got us a 1998 Toyota Camry or Corolla. It's a Corolla with the 1.8. It's been here a couple of weeks because I've been so busy and haven't got to it, so I pulled it in. It's Monday now. I pulled it in Thursday before I went home for the weekend. But then when you hook the jump box to it or you hook a battery charger up to it, the lights start flashing. And Thursday afternoon, I said, well, maybe it's got some security issue going on with it. It's thinking somebody's trying to steal it. But there's no security light flashing on the dash. There's one little red aftermarket light down there flashing, so it may have an aftermarket security system. And I don't know, I may be way off base here. But I know when you turn the key, you get no action on the starter. So something's keeping the starter from engaging. So we'll see if we can figure something out on that this morning. These connections don't look great. Pull the starter relay out. I think that's the starter relay. ST, maybe that means starter. All right, we got a positive voltage, we got a ground, and a 3.9 volts. Let me see if I can get my schematic, see what I'm supposed to have right there. And I got my starter relay out. Ignition switch is right here. As long as it's getting everything it needs. From the neutral position switch, this is automatic, so it's going to have a park neutral switch. As long as the vehicle sees it in park, it's going to let the signal come on through here to my starter relay in number 1 terminal of the starter relay. So I'm going to plug in right here at this starter relay terminal number 1 and get in the car and turn my key over and see what I'm getting right here. I'm going to use my power probe, but I'm going to use a multimeter lead plugged into my power probe with a little probe in it. Number 1 right there. Okay, it's got ground right now. So when I turn the key, we'll see what it does. Should send power. Should send 12 volts. So we get no change when we turn the key. Okay? So maybe we need to back up here and look at, we got a starter fuse. In the instrument panel, there's a fuse. It may not be no good. Oh, would that be something if we just had a fuse blown? Don't you always wish it was just a blown fuse? All right, let's go check it. Instrument panel fuse block. Oh, what is that right there? Oh, that looks like some kind of aftermarket security system device. Oh, I wonder where that goes. Oh, that didn't come from the factory like that. I bet we got something going on with that dude. I bet you. Because there's a wire right here. I don't know. Let's go back to what we was on. Let's don't get sidetracked. Let's get back in our fuse. It says storage only. But there's our fuses right there. Ding, ding, ding. Hush. A 5 amp fuse right there. It says starter. Oh, I see it. Let's see if we get anything when we turn the key on. It's got nothing on it now. 3.8 volts to 0. 3.8 volts. That don't seem right. Can you see it? .8 volts on the starter. Let's go back and look at our schematic, see what it says. Okay. So down here by the starter relay, we've got a fuse that's feeding up around through there back to the starter, and that's where the starter's getting its voltage from to send the voltage down here. So we need to back up to right here. It's called a AM2 fuse. AM2 fuse? Oh, I don't see no AM2. Oh, there it is right there. AM2 fuse. .15 amp fuse right there. Yep. Let's go get our probe. Oh, it ain't that fuse. Maybe we got a bad ignition switch, because that fuse is hot. It's sending constant power around there to our switch. Okay? When we turn our switch, it's supposed to engage and power up this fuse. It sends 3.9 volts to this fuse. Okay. So I say we bypass we put our relay back in. Let's put our relay back in. And then we'll just use our power probe. We'll turn our key on and we'll use our power probe and send 12 volts down this fuse and see if we got any kind of action. All right, key on. Now we got ground there. With the relay in, we got ground there. Okay. Let's see what we get with the key on now. Nothing. Oh, we're getting nothing with the key on. Oh, we got a bad ignition switch. Oh, ain't that something? Oh, did y'all hear it start up? All right, now the key's back off here. Ding, 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 dinging. Take the key out. Put the key back in. The key's on now. Turn it to start. I'm getting nothing. Nothing in start. But I can power up this fuse right here. And it fires right up like a brand new car. But I don't know if you see this red light blinking right here. Yeah. And then we got some kind of little aftermarket box down there. We're gonna have to, before we call that ignition switch, we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with this blinking light in that little box down there. So we'll come back to that in a little while. I got another vehicle I gotta go look at. All right, our next vehicle this morning is a 03 Chevrolet Silverado. And he had an appointment for today, so he's gonna expect his car back this afternoon. That Toyota over there has been here a couple of weeks, so we're good on that coming back to it. But this guy here said he needs his truck, so I need to figure out some stuff on it. And my phone's ringing. Let me catch his phone. All right, that was a salesman. All right, I'm here by myself, so I'm gonna need y'all to watch this power steering pump for me. See if y'all can see a leak on it. It's right there. We may have to get up under it, but we'll start out up here. For it to leak though, it's gonna have to have fluid in it. Let's check that. It don't have much. if y'all see anything or not. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, look at her. Oh, it's leaking. Oh, it's leaking. All right, let's shut it off before we burn up the pump. All right, let's see what else he was concerned about. Power steering leak, we figured that out. Hose, horn in-op. He wasn't as concerned about that. And he also said that when he's sitting on an incline, he's got a noise while it's in park. But he said that's not a necessity. His tailgate latch is broken. That's not a necessity. Let's walk around here and look at it anyway. Yeah, he's got some particles missing from that. But it's not a necessity, so we'll come back to it. All right, so that's not a necessity. Oil pressure gauge is high. Now I've already jumped ahead of some of this since I had a check mark. That's what, that means somebody just come in my showroom. Let me go in there and see what they need. Oh, they had a Ford 6.0 diesel that just died on them and will not start. Spin and no start. I said, you better take that to a diesel shop. I don't fool with diesels. But anyway, oil pressure gauge is reading high. I was pretty sure it's that oil pressure sending unit, which is back in here. So I went ahead and I scanned it just to see if it was setting any codes. And of course, it's not setting any codes for that. But when you'd have the key on, the oil pressure gauge would read at 80. So it's gotta be the sensor. So I just, off camera, I went in there and I unplugged the sensor. Now it's down. So he needs an oil pressure sensor, a sending unit. So we'll need an oil pressure sending unit for that. Okay. Check. And then his driver window switch is broken. I would say it is. All I can do with that is replace it. Yeah, it's broke. Oh, they ain't no fixing that. We'll just check that off and get him a replacement if he wants to. All right. So we'll put us a check mark right there. And he had foreign language. I'd already done this one too. This was an easy peasy one. When I pulled in, I'd done it. Foreign language on the cluster. We're gonna go ahead and check this one off. But we'll walk back through what I did to fix it. Now it's reading in English right now. All English. But if you want to change it, you get it on odometer, the little button right here, and then you hold it down. And then it'll start going through your languages, whichever language you want. See, it was in Espanol. That's how it was reading a while ago. He couldn't tell what it was doing. And he didn't know how to change it, but you got to have it on odometer reading. You can't do it if it's on any other readings. It's got to be on the odometer reading, and then you hold the little button down for 4 seconds, and then it'll start working its way through, and you pick whichever one you want, English, Francois, Espanol, English. That's what we want to do. We speak English around here. Well, some people don't, but this guy does. So anyway, let's go see. All right, we got that line right there changed out. This one right here. See no leaky? No leaky. I done bled the system. Freshened it up several times, washed all the fluid off of it. It was nasty up under here. I'm sure you can imagine leaking power steering fluid. Don't tell how long it's been leaking, but I don't see a leak on it. And since he didn't want to do anything else that he had on his list for me to check out, I'll go ahead and get the covers back on it under the bottom here and get her set down and get her pulled out, and we'll work on something else. All right, I think I'm gonna move back over on my little Toyota. All right, I think I want to get back under here and see if I can see what this sensor's tied into. And of course, I can't. Oh no. Now I'm gonna have to pull this cover off right here. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way while I can get back down there. See if I can see where this dude's going now. Still can't see it. Oh, I still can't see it. I think I'll move this one too. Just for ease. Vision. My eyes ain't what they used to be. Oh, look at that. Easy peasy. Okay. Oh, look at this big old rock. Oh, where does that go? Oh, that ain't supposed to be up in there. Oh, that ain't supposed to be in there. That don't look like it says Toyota on it. Main control module. I don't think it says Toyota on it. It might. Then we got this wire that runs back over through there. But it's definitely aftermarket for some reason. Oh, I don't know what all this is for. Aftermarket stuff. It's some kind of security module. But how do I get rid of it? All right, we get our signal now that I unplugged that module. Our battery's just dead. We just got a bad battery, a dead battery. Let me hook a jump box up on it. Oh, I got a jump box hooked up on now. Let's see what we got there. Oh, it's firing right up with the key now. Oh, I fixed it. Don't know for sure what I did. I may have been unplugging this box. Just plug it back in. Yeah, this box has got me shut down. It won't let me do nothing now. It's just a clicking. I would think somebody's trying to steal it. Let's unplug this box. Oh, fires right up without that box. I'm not sure. I think that's an aftermarket security box of some sort. that has just went bad. You can tell how long it's been on this car. Probably since 1999, but it's a 98 car. But anyway, I called the customer to make sure they don't owe any money on this car and somebody installed this, because some of the new cars that get financed will have some kind of little system on it to shut down the car if you don't pay it. I don't think that's what that is, but let me go call him and make sure he don't owe any money on this car. And if not, I'll just tell him we just need to remove this box and he'll be ready to go. Oh yeah, cranks up every time. All right, we got this Toyota all put back together. Let's see if it continues to work. Fires right up every time. This little old box had him shut down. I think it just got confused and thought somebody was trying to steal it, because he said he was having problems with it. Sometimes it would start and sometimes it wouldn't. It just got to where he couldn't crank it anymore. So I believe this box had him shut down, and it was keeping the lights flashing, killing his battery. So he said sometimes he could jump it off and crank it, but it got to where he couldn't even do that with it. So anyway, I'm pretty sure it was an aftermarket security system, because this little light right here was blinking. But I did call them, see if they owed any money on it. Of course, they don't owe any money on this. It's a 1998 Toyota Corolla. Yeah, Corolla. Every tire had 10 pounds of air pressure in it, so I went ahead and aired the tires back up. Charged the battery up. Made sure the alternator is charging, and it is. So I think we're good to go on this Toyota. I'll go ahead and back it out. I got another one that I had an appointment for today. So we'll see if we can get it pulled in, see if we can figure something out on it today. What time is it? 2 o'clock. We got a little bit of time left. We got a Ford Explorer, I believe it is. Let's go back here and look. I have to scan and see. Expedition. 4-wheel drive. The blower motor doesn't work. The blower motor was working all the time. You couldn't even turn it on. Now you can't turn it on. So anyway, we'll get started on this one in just a minute. I got to take a break and go make up some tickets for these last 2 vehicles that I've done today. I'm gonna make up 2 invoices, call the 2 customers, let them know to come pick up their vehicles, and then we'll get back out there and see if we can figure out what's going on with that Expedition. I think I better go drive this little Toyota, as I was in there making his ticket out. His concern was that he was having to jump it off, and that it was dying on him while he would be driving. He'd come to a stop sign, it would die on him, and then he'd have to jump it off, or either while he was driving down the road, it would die on him. Well, when I got to it, it was sitting right over there in the parking lot for about 2 weeks. When I got to it, it wouldn't do nothing. We hooked the jump box up to it, it just flashed like the security system had it locked down. This little red light was flashing. It wouldn't even let it turn over. So we did what we did today, and now it's cranked and running. But the fuel gauge says E. I think I need to, before I call them and tell them it's ready, I think I need to at least make a few loops here around the parking lot. Make sure it doesn't die on me. It has got a misfire to it. Oh man, I closed that door. I forgot a while ago. I had to climb out the other side. Oh, we need some air in here. It's hot up in here. I wonder if the air conditioner works. Probably not. It's so hot. Oh, it acts like it's wanting to die. Oh, it did die. Oh, it did die. Maybe I hadn't fixed this problem. Oh, I don't think I think I fixed a problem, but I don't think I fixed this whole problem because it just died on me when I come to a stop. I think we got a bad misfire somewhere. I don't know if y'all can hear, but it's just a missing. Cut that back on, it makes it even worse. Alright, let me pull this back in the shop. We still got a problem. I'm glad I went and made that ticket and looked at that before I called her. Yeah, it just died again. Alright. Door handle broken over here. The window won't go down. So we got to climb out this side. Oh, it's definitely got a misfire to it. Oh, look there, it's full of oil. I think it's gonna be that one right there. Yep. Oh, it changed with that one. They're all full of oil. So it's missing on this number one cylinder for sure. Yep. It's full of oil too, but it changed. The misfire changed. But it don't change on that one. I can pull that one all the way out and it still keeps running. It's just dripping oil off of it. But it's sparking. There's just too much oil in it. It's sparking. Leaking too. Leaking too. Guaranteed to leak. I took the time and cleaned the oil out of it. We still got a misfire on this one. I guess we'll pull that plug and look at it. I guess we'll swap these two plugs, see if our misfire moves over here. Maybe. Yep. Yep, we got a bad spark plug. All right, this is the spark plug. It wasn't number 1 hole. I moved to number 2 and the misfire moved after I got all the oil out of every cylinder for the valve covers leaking into it. But anyway, I know I don't have a spark plug just like this one, but I bet I got something we can match up to it. I do right there, ought to work. It's got the same thread on it. It don't have the same neck on it. This one's got a washer on it and that one doesn't. Let's see if we can find one with a washer on it. Oh, there's one with a washer on it, but it's too long. Oh, there's one right there. All right, let's try this one. Oh, that took care of that. It ain't missing at all now. All right, so we ended up with 2 problems on this little Toyota. That's not how many other problems there is on this little Toyota. But when it came in, the guy told me it would die at times, and he could never get it to start back up, and it sat out there. So he actually had 2 problems. I focused on the first problem, made the mistake of just pulling to the finish line thinking it was good. But then I went back when I was making his ticket. I seen the notes that I had, and he said it was dying while he was driving. And when he would come to a stop, it would die. And I'm pretty sure if you get it running, that security module is not going to kill it while you're driving. So then I went back out there and drove around the parking lot. Sure enough, it was dying, had a misfire. So it was sitting there missing. And that was my fault. I felt the misfire when I pulled it out. But I was here by myself and I was busy, and he didn't mention nothing about a misfire. He just mentioned it was dying. But I should have went ahead and checked the misfire. But anyway, I'm glad I got it back in. Now I'll let them know. I'm not going to charge them anymore for what I just did. I used a used spark plug in a little bit of time. They may want to ride it like that, but they're going to need valve cover gaskets or either a new valve cover. Some of these valve cover gaskets, I know on the Nissans, it's hard to change those gaskets, so you had to put a new valve cover gasket on. But anyway, I got all his oil sucked out, so he should be good for a while on that before he fill back up. I got him a used spark plug in there to take care of his misfire. I got that security module changed out. So I call him and let him know. I'll give him a price on new plugs, new wires, a new valve cover or gasket, whatever it takes. But I'll let him know he's ready to come pick it up if he wants to pick it up like it is. And then I need to go in there and call him on the power steering line that I changed out and let him know it's ready to come pick up. And then it's 3 o'clock now. So I've got to leave here at about 4:15 today because I've got a daughter that's got a basketball game this afternoon. So we may not get back over here to this blower. So anyway, that's gonna be all. We'll work on that tomorrow, and that misfire on that Dodge tomorrow. That's gonna be all for this video for today. I don't know, it's just a day in the life here at Columbia Auto Service with me by myself. And the phone rang. Y'all heard the phone ring a couple times, but the phone rings all day. A couple of times it calls people trying to give me working capital. Oh, this is so-and-so with the working capital. We'll da-da-da-da-da-da. We can put $25,000 in your account right now. Or then somebody will call wanting to sell me Medicare or Medicaid or robot calls. I'm about to get to where I don't answer my phone anymore. I've got a sign on my door that says, if you call Columbia Auto Service and you don't get an answer, you better leave a message if you want me to call you back, because no telling what kind of number it is now. All these robots and people calling me trying to sell me something, or wanting me to do this or want me to do that, or want me to extend the warranty on my vehicle. Never had no extended warranty on my vehicle. But anyway, I'm through rambling. That's gonna be all for this video. We'll catch you on the next one. We appreciate it. Oh yeah, hey, leave me a comment down below. Give me that thumbs up button. And hit that subscribe button if you're not. But I appreciate you. Hope you continue to watch. Thanks a lot.